For the last several years, the EastWest Institute has been dealing with cybersecurity in a pretty profound way, the international cooperation aspects of it. One of the biggest lessons we've learned from that and other work we're doing is the need for, let's call it a new coalition of the willing, a new coalition of people from diverse backgrounds to deal with 21st century threats. And particularly what I'm thinking about is the need for the techies, the technical community, the engineers, and the communications specialists to start joining in with the policy community to actually solve problems, not just in cyber, but in a number of related fields. This is something that's not been traditionally done, or it's been done in a very stilted and ad hoc way. We really maybe kind of reaching out here to those of you that come from those communities who consider yourselves techies, and you have backgrounds in fields like engineering and non-public policy backgrounds. We really need your help. I'll give you a couple examples of this. One of them is the whole one of the frightening things that's happening in weapons of mass destruction is this interest by a number of terrorist organizations in nanotechnology. If you combine nanotechnology with biological or chemical weapons, the potential for a major weapon of mass destruction, a la nuclear, becomes very real. Why is it that Al-Qaeda is out seeking nanotechnology graduates, PhDs from the best universities? It's something that we've got to focus on. That's not going to be solved, that issue is not going to be solved by the policy community or by the military. It's going to be solved very heavily by getting people from the technical communities engaged. UNICEF and Harvard University recently did a major study on youth protection and in the cyber area looking at developing countries. And there were some really interesting ideas of what the opportunity, the tremendous opportunities for making a difference. But none of that, again, will happen by the policy communities alone. And another example would be the UN Experts Group, which last week surprised people from more than a dozen countries, including some unlikely ones, beginning to lay down the groundwork for how we begin to get a legal agreement in place between countries on cybersecurity. These kinds of things show that there's going to be a new coalition coming together that's going to actually make the breakthroughs in 21st century threats. And invitation to you to contact the Institute if you're in these fields. We really need to beef up the number of people that are working with us on these critical policy issues.